Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson. Welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. Let me give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And I can already see the reaction from people in the comment section, but I want you guys to hear me out. Before we get into that, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you with how many games have the Lakers played? With 27 games, right? Or 20, yeah, with 27 games played this season. And as the Lakers currently sit at the 4th spot in the Western Conference, I am here to submit to you that their season is officially over. The Lakers season is over. And all we're doing now is just passing time. All we're doing now, and anything that's going to happen between now and the end of the season, is us passing time. I want to take you guys back in time, though, however. Coming into this season, I was very, very excited about this team, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason I was excited was, number one, we got the news that LeBron wasn't going to return to the team for quite some time. And I was elated. You can genuinely feel the excitement in some of the fans that have been reluctant to support the team ever since this guy got there. And now that we got the news that he wasn't going to be there anymore, all of us were just excited about it, because now you can watch the team and we're going to see what they have. But more importantly, we're going to discover whether or not this media narrative, of LeBron doesn't have enough help, is true. And what we quickly discovered was the Lakers got off to a hot start, a start that was even hotter than anyone predicted. We found out that we had a bona fide all-star on the team that we would never have known in Austin Reeves. During LeBron's absence, at one point, Austin Reeves was averaging almost 30 points per game. They were calling Luka and LaRavia and these guys the Beach Boys. There was excitement. The team was playing well. They had beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 2 times, something they couldn't even do one time in the playoffs last year. They inserted Marcus Smart into the starting lineup, something that worked wonders for the Lakers. And I'm going to tell you why it worked wonders. Because with Marcus Smart in the lineup with Luka, Reeves, and all these, the Lakers were giving up 107.8 points per game per 100 possessions. 108 points per game per 100. To put that into context, okay, let's look at some of the best teams in the NBA. Just to put that into context, by the Lakers giving up 107 points per game. By the Lakers giving up 107.8 points per game, that would have made them, at the very least, a top 5 defense in the NBA. Do you know how many points the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are the number 1 ranked defense in the NBA, giving up? 106 points, and that makes them the first. So at the very least, there would have been a top 5 or top 10 defense. Then LeBron James came back. And what happened? They went from giving up 107 points per game per 100 possessions to 117 points per game per possession. And I said to myself, as well as this team is playing now, as good as they look, I have a feeling that when LeBron returns, he is going to ruin this team. And he strategically picked the games in which he was going to return. And the window in which he chose to return was the window when the Lakers were playing the Utah Jazz in back-to-back games. He came back. He played well, I think, in the first one. I think he had like 11 points, 10 assists. People started losing their minds. Winnie the Pooh was all over the internet talking about, this is a game changer for the Lakers. And I'm looking at them and I'm saying, they beat the Jazz. If you watch those games, it would be 100% clear to see that the Jazz were a horrible team. And somehow, some way, in one of those games, we even struggle to beat them. But it's not even that. I have some new data that has helped me come to the conclusion that this season is over for this team, and I don't think there's any coming back. But before we even get into that data, we have a major announcement from our sponsor today, PrizePick. Everyone's favorite PrizePick holiday promotion is back. 7 days of Pickmas. PrizePicks is giving out 7 days of deals all the way through Christmas Day, including a Christmas Day max discount. Pickmas starts December 20th, so download the app today and unwrap those deals. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Now, I want to get into some data here. I want to look at the last 10 games of the Lakers. Okay. The last 10 games, the Lakers have a 6-4 record. In those 10 games, the Lakers are giving up 117.6 points per game. 117.6 points per game. I want to put that number into context so you guys can understand just how atrocious of a defensive team the Lakers are at this moment in time. They are now in the bottom 5 in terms of points given up to opponents. The Clippers, who are ranked number 15 in terms of opponents' field goals per, that's 15. The Lakers are 2 points worse. What's hurting the Clippers is the fact they can't score. They're scoring 110, whereas the Lakers are scoring more. But this kind of defense is, if they don't fix it, they're going nowhere. Do you know why? Because there are other teams in the NBA that can score the same way the Lakers score. And to be fair, the Lakers are, I think, in the top 10 in scoring in terms of offenses here. Let's pull up their numbers here. They're top 10. No, yeah, they're top 10. They're top 14 in points per game. Okay, so they're top 14. So they're not even top 10. They're middle of the pack offense, and one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. One of the worst defensive teams. Now, some people have said, well, Austin Reeves or LeBron, one of these two gentlemen has to go to the bench in order for the Lakers to have a shot. Well, guess what? Austin Reeves did not play in the last 2 Lakers games. In one of the games that he didn't play, when Marcus Smart was there, the Lakers gave up 135 points. To who? The Utah Jazz. Then they played the disgraceful Los Angeles Clippers, where they were able to hold them to 100 where the Lakers even lost, by the way. But the Clippers are only able to score 103 because they can't score. They can't even score. So that game was an abomination. Other nights, to the Spurs, they gave up 132. So I want to take it a step further as to why I say the season is over. I want to talk about the antics and the sentiment. What am I talking about, antics? I'm talking about the antics surrounding LeBron and his guys. Rich Paul goes out there and does something that I have never seen before. He goes out there on his show as a representative of LeBron James and says, the Lakers are not a championship team. That's the first thing he said. The second thing he said was, the Lakers are not a championship organization. The third thing he said was, he started to publicly suggest that Austin Reeves should come off the bench. The guy that was averaging 30, the guy that scored 55 points in a game this season when both Luka and LeBron were out in a victory, they're saying that guy needs to go to the bench. Why should that guy go to the bench? To help the team. If you truly wanted to help the team, wouldn't you send their oldest player to the bench? No. They're saying Reeves should go to the bench. And then what else has happened? Now I'm noticing various people talking about either trading Austin Reeves or benching him. Let me tell you now, this season is done for. This team is going nowhere. The energy and the mood around this team is dark now. Before the return of LeBron, the Lakers were feeling good. The only sour point for this team was Ayton. And I used to talk about him specifically for his inconsistencies as a rebounder. That was it. But now, the entire chemistry has been thrown into whack. Because now, well, does LeBron start? It's done for. His clutch media machine, these guys are kicking in. The zealots that run around media that parrot these talking points, they're kicking in now. What does Austin Reeves got to do? It's all started. Before he got here, wasn't I saying this? Haven't you noticed there are no talking points and no narrative? Wasn't I saying this? Now, all of a sudden, all of these narratives have occurred. Oh, LeBron, what about this? Oh, what about the team? It always happens with LeBron's teams. And if you point this out, oh, you're a hater. But all the other people that can see the same game that we're watching, you mean to tell me they don't notice this? You know the reason why they don't notice it? Because it doesn't exist. It only exists in my eyes because I'm a hater. I'm a hater. This guy over there is a hater. Okay, fine. We're all haters. How do you explain what's going on? How do you explain it? The team looked bad in both games that they played, even though one of them they won. Austin Reeves wasn't there. How do you explain that? How do you explain it? And if I'm Austin Reeves, I'll take off the next 5 games. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. But I sincerely mean it. This season is over. It's over. And I'm going to say this is what is going to end in a disaster. And I'm blaming it on the return of LeBron, because not only did he hurt the team's chemistry, he hurt the team in terms of the toxicity that surrounds him and his media cords. I'm being dead serious. Some people may, and guess what? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If later on down the line I'm wrong, guess what? I won't be the first one. I will join a long list of people that have been wrong before in sports media. At least I got the balls to say what I believe. But I think their season is done for. And I think the return of this guy has ruined the season. This is what I believe. The team doesn't look the same. The energy doesn't look the same. And the Lakers, the only thing that's saving them, the Lakers at this point is the fact that they're playing ass opponents. The Lakers this season, if you look at the amount of teams that they play with a winning record, it's laughable. They have played 27 games. Out of the 27 games, let's look at how many of those 27 games they played against teams with what? With a winning record. Let's run through the gambit quickly. Okay, let's run through the gambit quickly. All right, where do we start here? Let me see here. Okay, this is preseason. All right, so the Lakers. Preseason. Okay. They played against the Warriors, right? Does the Warriors have a winning record? No, they're not. So I'm going to remove the Warriors. So the Warriors have a winning record. What about the Kings? Do the Kings have a winning record? No, they don't. So they've only played against teams with winning records. Let me count them. Mavericks, do they have a winning record? No. So out of the 27 games, let me count the teams that they played winning records and the times. 1, 2. That's the Memphis Grizzlies 2 times. What about the Portland Trail Blazers? So that's 2. What else we got? The Spurs 3. What about the Miami Heat? 4. That's the Miami Heat. What else we got? The Atlanta Hawks. Do they have a winning record? No, they don't. So that's 4 so far. The Hornets, no. Thunder 5. Pelicans, no. Bucks. Do they have a winning record? I doubt they do. No. So that's 5 so far. Okay. Out of the 27 games. Clippers, no. Jazz, no. Mavs, no. So I'm at 5. Suns, 6. Okay. Raptors, I believe they do have a winning record. That's 7. Celtics, 8. Sixers, 9. Spurs, 10. Suns, 11. 11 out of the 27 teams that the Lakers have played don't have winning records. Which means what? It means that the record that we're looking at is fool's gold. And that's what they were able to do without LeBron hurting the team defensively. I believe it's going to be worse. I believe people are looking at the standings. The standing, it's not about the standings. Who are they playing? So now, man, look, I think their season is over. I think you're wasting your time trying to figure out ways for them to win. And I think the biggest reason that their season is over is because of the addition of the biggest variable. But what these guys have found a way to do is that They brought LeBron back, and they've now found a way to turn Reeves into the issue, even though we know he wasn't the issue. This is why I can't stand LeBron fans and media members that support him. Because now they're trying to convolute the message and make it seem as if, oh, what you're seeing, you're not really seeing. I know your eyes are telling you one thing, guys, but what your eyes are telling you, oh, your eyes are lying to you. No, it's not what you think. They're just going to gaslight us into oblivion. But I think it's over. If I'm looking at the Western Conference picture right now, definitively, and I'll say it, the Thunder are better than the Lakers. The Spurs, they may be better than the Lakers. The Nuggets are better than the Lakers. The Rockets are better than the Lakers, although they're behind them from the standings. But the Rockets are playing real teams, and I think they're right there on the same level with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think that if you gave the Lakers 10 great teams to play in a row, they'll probably win 5. So this is my take on it. I could be wrong later on in the season, but as of right now, I think this season is over with. And I think we're all just here wasting our time. I think this season is done for. And I don't think it has anything to do with, oh, is it Austin Reeves? No, it's not Austin Reeves, dogs. Because with Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic in the lineup with those other guys, they were a winning team and they were playing better defense. So how could it be Reeves? How? Some people are talking about, well, who needs to go to the bench? The Lakers ain't trading away nobody. Forget about it. Throw it in the toilet. The Lakers are going to, so let's figure this out. The Lakers are going to trade away Reeves in order to do what? To get a complimentary piece to play with LeBron and Luka? Didn't we already see that in the playoffs last year where they lost? So the Lakers are going to trade away a young guy in his mid-20s that they could potentially keep going into the future for a guy with an expiring contract. Because that makes sense to who? They're going to do that for what? They're going to do all of that and see what they can do with this guy, a guy in which they refuse to extend in the summertime. But they're going to do that. Like, what are we talking about here? What the are we talking about? Honestly speaking. Like, what are we talking about? All they do is sit up there and twerk it up. And now, guess what? Once again, they're now looking for who to blame. It's the same year in, year out, year in, year out. The same story. And if you call it out, you a hater. Cool. What you saying with what you seeing? What are you saying with what you seeing? What are you saying? Look at the numbers. Offense is not the Lakers' issue. It's defense. And they're not even a great offensive team, but they're a horrible defense. So somebody explain to me how the addition of a 41-year-old makes an NBA team better. Explain it to me. Y'all got it figured out so much that the Lakers said, nah, we're not extending him. So all of this up y'all talking about don't matter. They're saying we're not extending you. And then his agent is now literally trying to affect the market value of another client's, of another agent's client. It's unheard of. Can you imagine if Luka Doncic's agent starts talking about, oh man, LeBron should come off the bench? That's what it's like. Except it's even worse. Because in Reeves' case, Reeves ain't sitting on $1 billion. Imagine if Luka Doncic's agent said, man, look, they got to figure out a way to bench LeBron for the betterment of the team. They got to figure out a way to bench him, maybe put him in a Lamar Odom kind of role or a Manu Ginobili kind of role. And then see all of these twerking ass LeBron media fanboys. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean by that? What you mean by that? What you mean by that? But then when Rich Paul do it, we supposed to sit back and be like, yeah, I like what he's saying. What? When have you ever seen that in NBA history? Where an agent of one guy is literally trying to lower the value of another guy in a contract year. And nobody's saying nothing. But we over here, oh man, all they do over there is hate. All y'all do over there is suck. That's all y'all do. That's all y'all do. Y'all can't come over, oh, Dreamerspro, he said this, he said, at least you don't wonder what think for real. At least you don't wonder what I think. Nobody's wondering. You come to our channel, you know exactly what you're getting. I'm not trolling you. I ain't rage baiting you. I'm saying what I believe. Something we can't say for most of you. I'm done.